freaking doggo gate just keeps going.
Welcome to day 9 of what's been called collargate, a situation where Hasan Piker is facing a lot of criticism for his treatment of his dog Kaya during his live streams on Twitch. Now, there is more stuff to cover today because, well, of course there is. So we're going to be looking at some more defenses being raised by Hasan Piker, which ultimately contradict everything he's been saying for the past week plus. We're also going to be looking at the treatment some members or former members of his community have been facing as a result of criticizing Hassan. And we're also going to be looking at some remorse and frustration from some
Jiggy Lag from chat just said, from the bed to the tree, Kaya will be free.
of his orbiters who are now starting to regret their defense of Hassan over the past 9 days. So, over the past 9 days, we have seen a lot of memes, excuses, and coping, okay? We have seen a lot of defenses being raised by Hassan. Let me pull out my handy dandy list here. So originally when this happened, when his dog was very seemingly shocked on stream when he just so happened to be reaching for something and pressing down on it, he first said that Kaya had clipped her paw. Then he said he was reaching for his zins. Then he said there was no collar whatsoever. Then he said, yeah, there is a collar, but it's a vibration collar. Then he said shock collars are good, and even if I did use one, who cares? Then, when there was a bunch of evidence and clips showing that this is very likely that he was using a shock collar, he said they're all out of context and only crazy people care about it. He even called it Zionist propaganda, and he even then tried to say that what he was reaching for was his gate opener. But now today we have a new excuse. Maximum copium, ladies and gentlemen. He is now saying this is not the same collar. There's actually 2 collars now.
But the third group of people are the ones who are like, look at this clip, look at that clip, look at this clip. Like, it's obvious he's moving his arms around. Like, he's constantly in a state of zapping. And they've moved away from the initial conversation, which was, they moved away from the initial conversation, which was that, like, she didn't even have that collar on to begin with. Kaya, please. And go just stop. Jesus Christ, what are you doing? And the only reason why I showed the collar was because people were clipping other instances.
Dude, the gaslighting is so real. What
First of all, are any of the collars illegal? No. Even in the maximalist position, even if what the people that are claiming are just like a significant threat or whatever, like most, I've said this already, e-collars that have shocking components that feel like a TENS machine, which I've used on myself in the past because, you know, I'm around dogs that have been trained with that and use it.
This guy is trying so fucking hard. It's actually crazy, dude. It's actually sad. You know, it's just sad at this point. Like, is not only is it not illegal, but it's also straight up used in the e-fencing for people, and it's used in the training of like dogs in general.
Yeah, that's right, stupid. Don't believe what your eyes are seeing right in front of you. Do not believe what you realize and observe for yourself. Let Hasan Piker determine the truth for you. Now, it seems like once again, Hassan has broken his vow of silence on the issue. He basically has said he's not going to talk about this anymore. Well, he's talking about it nonstop, as you'll see in this video. It's not the only clip of him talking about the controversy he is facing currently, but yeah, he's trying to say that now there is a second collar, that what you saw in the initial clip that started all of this is a different collar than what he normally uses, or the shock collar in question, which is now somewhat confirming that there's a shock collar. It's confusing because it makes no sense. It is clearly the same collar. There's plenty of evidence to suggest that. And also, there's some other old clips resurfacing that show that he is very shy about this shock collar. He seems to put it away very quickly. He doesn't want people to see it on stream. So let's watch this clip together.
We gotta get my leash. She can hang.
Like she can walk off leash and stuff?
Yeah.
That's unreal, man.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I also got
Did we see this already, or did I just see it on X?
professional training for her as well. So
Okay.
that's the other thing.
And there it is once again.
Yep.
The remote popping up in his stream, live in front of everyone, where he's trying to make sure it's not on camera. And yeah, I mean, what else do you need to see at this point? And it's like, no wonder your dog can walk off leash. You have a shock collar on it to make sure it is obedient to you.
Yep.
I mean, at this point, the rallying cry is something that I think a lot of people agree with. From the fridge to the TV, set Kaya free. Now, the other part of this video, the next part, we're going to look at some former fans who are facing not only direct attacks from Hassan and direct shame from him, but also his fans are making insane threats to them for simply no longer drinking the Kool-Aid, for seeing this event and other events as well and saying, you know, what you're doing is not right, or that's too much for me, or just simply questioning anything about this.
You like how you don't want to know what I find ridiculous about all of this is that the dog being shocked is the too far. Like, wait, so the terrorist sympathizing, that wasn't the part that was too far? What?
This guy, and they are getting absolutely berated, and they're getting, well, the shock treatment. That's really what they're getting. But here's a clip of a 40-month subscriber who dared to question Hassan during this most recent controversy.
Then be better yourself. Maybe have a dog and it not be a part of your persona if you don't want it. Question when you're evasive. You're no different than the GOP. You're a 40-month subscriber and you think I'm like the grand old party because I won't just sit there and be like, you guys are right. I'm actually abusive to my dog. This is unironically what I was talking about.
What?
Like, please exercise a little bit of critical thinking.
What is he talking about?
Just a little bit. Just for like a second.
But that's why people are criticizing
and I think
him.
you will realize that maybe
what?
Maybe you're not behaving correctly about this.
Wait, what? You're not behaving correctly? What, because it's against him? So like, you know what's crazy is these people, they talk about authoritarianism and all of this shit all the time when like they act like fucking dictators. Like, actually, it's actually so weird. You know,
because if you're a 40-month subscriber, you've been here. You've been here long enough that you know this is ridiculous.
Yeah, you can see how sensitive he is about the situation. It's clearly getting to him more and more every single day, which is making, in turn, the situation even worse, and why we're on day 9 of Collargate at this point. But yeah, you have a 40-month...
I should totally do another song about how much about that guy, the Be Kind guy, and how much he hates dictators. But then like he talks about what he would do to people that act like dictators, and it's like literally just dictator shit. It would be actually hilarious. I should do that.
Someone who has supported this millionaire for 40 months, and they come out and ask very basic things and call out very basic criticisms of Hassan in the situation. And what does he do in turn? He publicly shames them in front of his entire community. And the language that he uses is very strange, where he's saying, you know, they lack critical thinking skills, which is the exact opposite. They are literally exercising their critical thinking skills to call out someone they've been supporting financially for 40 months. They see what's happening and they go, I've supported this guy a long time, but I don't know about this one. And he turns around and shames them and says, you're not behaving correctly. You know, that makes a lot of sense for him to say that sort of a phrase. Unfortunately for Hassan, this is a human being. It's not like his dog Kaya. If he wants this person to behave, he can't just slap a shock collar on them and make sure that they're going to follow his orders. Like, you know, it's just like Kaya, right? Takes one paw out of the bed. When these people take one step out of this community, they get absolutely, well, met with shock. That's all I can say. But we're going to look at another former fan of Hassan who dared to call...
So he's gotten multiple people like crashing out now, like in his community.
What she believes is examples of his misogyny. And here's the response from his community.
So I'm on break at work right now, so I look kind of chopped, but Hassan Piker fans are actually rabid animals. My DMs are full of people threatening to assault me, dox me, calling me Amber Heard as an insult, saying that I am using propaganda and I'm being paid by YouTubers that I also hate. Yeah, it's crazy that I called out Hassan for tourism and misogyny and being basically a passport bro, and I've got people calling me like,
what's a passport bro? What's a passport bro? What does that mean? Travel? Oh, I see.
a conservative in my DMs and just saying I'm spreading propaganda, and that even if he did these things, we still need him as the face of the left. But yeah, Hassan fans straight up got me demonetized, and this is coming from someone that used to be subbed to Hassan. I was giving that millionaire money because I was an idiot. So yeah, maybe let's cool it with the rape threats, because I don't really think that's helping with the misogyny allegations. That would be great if you could stop threatening to murder me.
Unbelievable stuff as usual from the Hassan heads who, well, they hear someone say that their glorious leader is engaging in misogyny. And what they do is they turn to the woman who's making the claims, and then they threaten to R-word and end her. Excellent gambit, guys. That's a really smart thing to do. They're not just hypocrites, they're like literally insane.
Guys,
like you see someone literally fall out of line for 1 second and they want you gone. Like, I think it's a simple request from this person, like, cool it down. Okay, I think what she's saying is a concern a lot of people have raised for a very long time. But of course, you fall out of line, you get attacked in a very vicious and gross way. Now, this next part is Hassan getting increasingly frustrated, pointing to why other leftists have no motion. And this is why basically anyone on his side...
Oh my god, dudes. You know why? It's because he's so used to everyone covering for him. He's used to like fucking just tons of smoke screens and like literally everybody walking in front of him to protect him. He's used to the get down Mr. President treatment. He's just used to being able to say whatever he wants with impunity, with absolute immunity. And it's like, now that he's actually getting hit, he's like, wait, what? Nobody's helping me.
Has no chance to be the cool face of his movement.
This is the type of shit that people will lean into, and then later, a couple months down the line, they'll be like, why are there no like actual cool leftist content creators? I don't know, man, because the right just dominates discourse all the goddamn time.
Isn't that crazy? When the truth is your base, the basis of the things that you say is truth, and like you actually think about what you say, so you dominate the discourse. Damn, that's crazy. No fucking way. No way.
And like, I don't know, man, because the right just dominates discourse all the goddamn time. It can like belittle and disparage and smear.
Is this guy real? Isn't this the guy that is saying that Tectone's dad is a grapist, therefore he's also a grapist? Isn't this the guy? Is this guy for real? What is he? How are people like this? How are they like this? Wait, what? Thanks for the gift sub. Thank you. What?
Anyone and everyone that's like ostensibly on the leftist position with a multitude of different ridiculous fabrications, and a lot of you dumb go along with it without.
Like, this guy has been saying that shit with impunity, and then Tectone calls a woman fat and he gets insta-banned. Meanwhile, all of them are literally like calling people grapists all the time. This is like fucking insane. Like, how is, like, what is this reality that they live in?
Without actually going, let me think critically about this situation. Let me think critically about the situation about a dog that's like on camera 24/7. Motherfucker out there being like, he was laughing at Kaya as a puppy being abused by Fiona, and people believe it.
But he literally did that. Like, we saw it on camera.
You know what I mean?
Now, of course, this couldn't be a collargate video without a section about his orbiters falling into motion to defend their glorious leader. We're going to begin with Caseytron, who describes herself as the people's pothead. That's probably really cool if you're like 14 and smoking pot for the first time. But she had this to say. Anybody
that can't stop talking about how much they smoke weed in public, I can't take them seriously. You 750, thank you so much. Thank you for the sub. Thank you.
Getting Hassan drama fatigue. They've been canceling this man.
Like, bragging about smoking weed is like so fucking 90s, man. Like, what is this?
And every other week for years now. I am done with the ego games. Tired of the culture wars. It's all a manipulative, ego-driven game of musical chairs. Really sad to think how much could be accomplished had we all not been manipulated by internet rage bait algorithms. Holy projection, first of all.
I'm done with the ego games. Tired of culture wars. It's all a manipulative, ego-driven game of musical chairs. Really sad to think, dude. How much could be accomplished? We had all that internet rage bait algorithms. I'm just so confused. This guy literally puts terrorists on his stream, and then they're saying that he's not the rage baiter, that it's everyone else that saw the dog shit with their own eyes. Like uncut, by the way. It's not even like edited or it's like someone. It's just out there. Anyone can watch the videos. You can watch them right now.
With her talking about rage baits and all of this ego-driven nonsense, like, yeah, you're talking to a mirror. But in a way, yes, we are tired of the Hasan drama. We are tired of Hasan doing insane things and getting away with it constantly. Twitch will never do anything. I think, sorry guys for the black pill, I think we've reached the point where Hasan could literally, like, do felonies live on Twitch. I don't think he's ever going to get permabanned. I'm sorry to break it to you, but in a way,
I agree.
It's kind of important because it keeps exposing Twitch and making them look bad, and they deserve it at this point because they have allowed this sort of stuff to fester on their platform for so long. But anyways, yeah, we are tired of talking about Hasan every couple of weeks, but it's important to shine light on his actions because no one else would get away with this stuff.
Well, the reason we talk about Hasan all the time is because he's like the poster child. He's the poster child for an ideology we don't agree with. And we don't agree with the things that he does. That's it. Most people, I mean, it's not even an issue of right or left anymore. Most people, even on the left, don't agree with fucking shocking dogs to a dangerous level. And forcing them to sit there as a prop on your stream and not even letting them walk around. Like, how would you feel if, like, someone told you to, like, sit there and do nothing for hours upon end every day? And if you even got up because you were thirsty or you had to go take a shit or something, you got fucking shocked. Go do your job. Keep laying there for the camera. Of course, people would see that and think that it was ridiculous and nasty.
So yes, we are tired of the Hasan drama, but of course, the only reason people like CaseyTron have this fatigue is because they don't like seeing the person they orbit getting called out, especially in this most recent campaign that has been very loud. And of course, she's probably just angry because her legal defense fund for the Ethan Klein copyright infringement lawsuits it's been stuck.
Dude, still though, raising $48,000 for that is crazy.
Been stuck like it's in quicksand for the last 4 months. It hasn't really moved at all. And if you look at the most recent donations, let's see. Last dono 5 days ago. Amazing stuff. I don't think that's going to get the job done. But anyways, let's move on to another Hasan orbiter, Pokimane. Pokimane the other day came out with a statement where members of her team...
Is she really a Hasan orbiter? I don't know much about... I'm going to be real with you guys. I don't know much about internet celebrities. I'm not really into that world, right? So I don't really know much about her. Is she really... she's a orbiter? Okay.
Her staff on the Sweet and Sour podcast that she is a co-host of, they made a statement saying an episode that was supposed to air with Hasan, they're not comfortable playing it, so they're going to at least pause it for a bit. She comes out and says, wait a second.
Did I ever tell you guys about the time I played games with them and I made myself look like a complete fucking idiot on stream? This is when I was a lot smaller too. Like I got invited to play Valorant. I got playing to play Valorant with them, and I was playing Valorant, and one of the persons was a guy named like Toast or something, like was it Disguised Toast or something? And he asked me if I knew who he was, and I said, what do you know? It was something like, what do you know about me? And I said, you're a delicious bread. And everyone was laughing. And this is because I actually didn't know them, you know? And I'm not trying to be like, I'm not trying to do the thing where I go literal who. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying I don't actually know people. I don't really know like I've always been like this. I'm just kind of retarded. I don't really keep up with like who's who and stuff and like the streamer community. I don't really, and it's not that like I don't, it's not that I'm not trying to say that like they suck or anything. I'm just saying like I don't really care that much about it, you know? Like I just wanna that's the perfect content answer he wanted. It was a good answer. Okay, that's good. I thought I made myself look like an asshole, to be honest. Yeah. Okay, just making sure. Yeah, I actually didn't know. I actually didn't really know. And it's not, again, I'm not trying to be cheeky or anything. I just don't really, I'm not like a, not really in the, I'm not really like a, I'm not an integrated member of the streaming community is what I'll say. I kind of just keep to myself generally.
I don't agree with my staff. That was their decision, and we're going to eventually have this come out, or we're going to talk about the situation on this week's episode, and then we're going to go on a hiatus. And basically, she threw her whole staff under the bus, but now she's in this very weird position where she's now like trying to talk about this without actually talking about it and trying to be subtle without having any subtlety whatsoever.
Will the P word with H word be released? I don't. Tomorrow, actually. Tomorrow we're filming. Tomorrow we're meeting with the podcast team and we're filming, so we're gonna figure everything out tomorrow. I'm so sorry. I wish I had answers for you guys right now, but it's a bit complicated because I understand the P word is a reflection of me, but the P word involves an entire other person and many, many, many staff. So I'm trying to both do right by the other people working on it. Mm-hmm. And just be considerate of everyone's feelings. Anyways, what is the P word? I'm trying to confuse the people who don't need to know, you know what I mean?
I'm gonna be real, that's a fair answer. That's a fair answer. I mean, like she's worried about it affecting like the other person on the podcast. I mean, that's fair.
Guys, do I add this? Best Zed, you're crazy for this. No. Guys, do I add this? Best Zed, you're crazy for this.
Holy shit,
no, guys,
dude.
the P word team is like 5 or 6 other people. A lot of people work on the P word on top of Lily and I. So it's a bunch of people that I'm trying to be considerate of. Why are you stalling? I'm not stalling for shit, bitch. I'm just streaming. What the f? Anyways.
Yeah, she was trying to use coded language like people have 2 IQ and they wouldn't be able to figure out what she's talking about based on context. Like, yeah, you failed that one.
Well, I mean, to be fair, we say stupid shit all the time to cover up what we're saying. I don't know, like, I think what she said is pretty fair, because, like, I think it does make sense that you would want to be considerate of, like, the other person on the podcast, especially as the other person is like, guys, I don't know, Lily's pretty apolitical, right? It's like, it makes sense to me.
She's literally talking about her podcast as the P word and Hassan as the H word. Why? You literally can't speak his name. He's like Voldemort. We all know who you're talking about. What a weird clip. Imagine having to literally censor words like podcast and Hassan because you're afraid it might, I don't know, like upset your community or something. I don't know. It's weird. But another person who was flying to the defense of Hassan was QTCinderella, who inadvertently kind of exposed him by confirming he has a shock collar. And now she seems to be regretting her involvement and basically saying that she was clip farmed by the individuals in this clip that we just talked about the other day.
Wait, Lovely, you said you want to do a stream with me too? I'm down.
Not after that clip you farmed on me, you asshole.
What? I didn't even farm a clip. What clip?
Bro, you're farming clips on my girl, man.
I didn't even farm a clip on her,
I did.
I told her how to get sturdy.
What'd you do?
Jason, I want you to know I got home and I said to Letta, I said Jason wasn't there to save me.
Wait, which one? Wait.
I wasn't there to save
what
you.
Clip? Wait, what clip?
It was Ron.
It was Ron and Lacey.
Wait, was it about
Ron or Lacey, you brought it up, silky little bitch.
This is the one where they were in the kitchen, right?
It wasn't even me, it was Ray that brought it up.
Wait, hold on.
What did y'all do?
I'm not gonna lie, I did.
Hey, hold on.
I did
All
hear
I said
Rage.
was like, how do we all feel about the situation?
He brought it up.
No, listen. But then Ron was like, okay, so is it good or is it bad? So you don't have an opinion? So that's what it was.
You're using me as a scapegoat. You're using me as.
But she could have just, hold on. This isn't really this isn't their fault, because if she didn't want to answer it or talk about it, she could have just said, I don't want to talk about this right now. Have some fucking agency. Have some control over yourself.
Scapegoat. You're using me as a scapegoat.
Okay. Silky's innocent then.
Wait, so I'm not innocent?
Hell no, you're not.
Bitch, you're not innocent.
Yeah, I can't believe you guys would expose me by showing me answering questions and giving my commentary on a situation I could have just not talked about. Yeah, you did this to yourself. I like how mad she is at these dudes. Nobody knows, I don't know what they're doing, but she's mad at them because she voluntarily shared this information about Hassan, and now she's getting,
Like, just have some fucking self-control. You know what I mean? I don't get it. Either have self-control or own up that you don't care. One or the other. It's kind of like, I'm trying to like, okay. So sometimes I'll come face to face with a person that is really fucking annoying. Like really, really fucking annoying. And either that's like in a game or in a chat or something like that, right? And I will have the temptation to yell at them, you know? Like yell at them, call them gamer words, all sorts of shit. I think to myself, it would be really fucking great and cathartic to just go off on them right now and call them every single gamer word possible. But you know what I do? I say, you know what? Maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe not. And then I don't do it. Isn't that fucking crazy? That's fucking crazy, right?
Crap for it. Like, accountability, impossible. But let's talk about someone else. XQC. XQC has had a lot to say. He's been diving deep into the situation, investigating the collars and the remotes. He's been talking about this pretty much every day since this all started. Now, he had something to say, not just about Hassan.
Yeah, you don't have to do or say everything that you think. Because sometimes you'll have intrusive thoughts in your life, but you're not like a fucking monkey. You know what I mean? Like maybe don't rip that person's face off because they took your fucking banana or whatever. You know what I mean? Like everybody has intrusive thoughts. Everyone has like, man, this person is so pissing me off. I would love to fucking punch them in the face right now. And then you just don't do it. It's called self-control. So it's like if there's a case where you're put into a position, someone asks you a question, you can just say, you know, I don't want to answer that. Or you know what, maybe let's change the topic. Like a normal ass person. Instead of saying it's your fault for fucking asking me the question, just say I don't want to answer it. Like have some fucking control of yourself. That's what I'm saying.
But also about Ludwig, who famously avoids talking about Hassan. He is a famous fence sitter in many regards, but especially when it comes to Hassan, because years ago, he made a video where he was slightly critical of Hassan, and Hassan, in true fashion, as confirmed by Ethan Klein, dialed him up just like he does anyone else he knows who criticizes him and said, hey, cut it out, buddy.
Yo, yeah, can we get some prayers in the chat for Ludwig's entire second channel that he loved a lot?
The fucking Ludwig with the fucking shock collar.
That he can't do anymore because of Hassan. Guys, a few prayers. Mogul Money doesn't run anymore because Hassan had too many complaints about it, and he tried to control the narrative too many times. Now we don't have it anymore. I can't watch it anymore. He stopped doing it. Chat, imagine cinema. Mogul Mail reboots. Chat, imagine Mogul Mail reboots, and he makes a video, right? And he actually covers the whole thing, and it's the big moment where Hassan and Ludwig's bond shatters for the revival of Mogul Mail. Chat, that would have like 5 mil views, low-key. That would go hard.
So wait, what is this? What is Mogul Mail, and what is the thing about it? What's the drama? It's a drama channel?
And Ludwig might, as it is, now maybe Ludwig has this. It's gonna weigh on him now.
Well, it's good to see content creators, especially ones who are larger and ones who used to associate with Hassan Piker, now calling him out and saying basically enough is enough with this guy. But here's another person who's been making fun of Hassan a lot over the past couple of days. Ninja. Yes, the Fortnite Ninja. He's been on a pretty good arc the last couple of months, I have to say. He's been actually pretty enjoyable, and he's been pretty cool. But he's been making fun of Hassan. But let's play this one clip.
I'm kidding.
Yeah, good for Ninja. And the comments just so happen to have so many memes. The memes that are coming out of this situation are just absolutely insane. They're actually bringing some brevity to a pretty gross situation. The AI is going absolutely insane. But Hassan hasn't stopped his political commentary, of course. But here's the problem. People care a lot less when you're facing a current controversy. And again, the memes are hilarious. That's the one great thing to come out of all of this. But the reason I bring up the politics aspect is because I saw a clip recently that more or less has a connection to Hassan. It involves Zoran Mamdani, who is almost guaranteed to be the next mayor of New York City. A very important role. Now, why is this important and relevant to our video? Well, yep, there he is, dabbing it up with Hassan Piker. In fact, they even did a paid collaboration together. Now, it's already bad enough you're an incumbent mayor collabing with this guy, but it gets even more ridiculous.
New York City was already ripped
when
for
you
a
think
long
about
time,
it.
man.
Hassan's the guy who said America deserved 9/11. So this guy is shaking hands and doing promotions with a guy who said thousands of his citizens deserved to die in a terrorist attack. Can you imagine having absolutely no spine and aligning yourself with this guy who said that about your
Well, the opposition should use that. The opposition should use that against
city,
him.
the citizens of your city? How could anyone living in New York City with any
He
self-respect
disavowed Hassan.
allow this to happen?
Holy
it's
shit,
insane.
dude.
Skinwalkers, dude. I don't know what else to call them, but this is the same guy who said we need to ban all guns, and now we're gonna watch the clip that kind of brought this into my recent attention. So this guy wants to take away all of Americans' guns, and he was asked recently if he wants Hamas to lay down their arms.
Into one that's affordable for each and every New Yorker.
But okay,
Wait,
and I want to get to that, absolutely. But do you believe that Hamas should lay down their weapons and leave the leadership in Gaza?
I believe that any future here in New York City is one that we have to make sure that's affordable for all. And as it pertains to Israel and Palestine, that we have to ensure that there is peace. And that is the future that we have to fight for.
But you won't say that Hamas should lay down their arms and give up leadership in Gaza.
I don't really have opinions about the future of Hamas and Israel beyond the question of justice and safety.
He literally cannot say, Hamas, lay down your weapons. He can't.
Okay, to be fair though, I feel like if you're running for New York office, I feel like it's not really relevant to you. So like, I feel like I would say the same thing if like I was faced with like a question I wasn't like prepared for. I would just be like, can we talk about like the actual things that I'm being like elected for? I'm just being fair. I don't think he has
with that sentiment, but he wants to take away all Americans' guns.
It has nothing to do with him. He's like going for New York. I'm not saying that I endorse him or I approve of him or anything like that. I'm just saying that I think it's fair to be like, well, I don't want to talk about that. That's some national policy shit. It has nothing to do with me.
Make it make sense. This whole situation is just getting a tad ridiculous. It got ridiculous on day like 3. So I don't know what that makes.
I love that the sign says Kaya now in the back.
Today, but things have really spiraled out of control. But anyways, I'm sure I'll see you tomorrow.
It's actually amazing.
Hope you guys enjoyed the video.
Holy
as
shit.
always, feel free to share your thoughts about today's topics in the comment section down below. Hope you guys enjoyed the video.
That's so good.
And I'll see you next time.
Genocide. And I find the comments that Hassan made on 9/11 to be objectionable and reprehensible. And I also think that part of the reason why Democrats are in the situation that we are in, of being a permanent minority in this country, is we are looking only to speak to journalists and genocide. And that we are in, of being a permanent minority in this country, is we are looking only to speak to journalists and genocide. And I find the comments that Hassan made on 9/11 to be objectionable and reprehensible. And I also think that...
Did he know about... Oh, did he know? Did Hassan know?
Made on 9/11 to be...
Well, was he watching this live?
Objectionable and reprehensible. And I also think that part of the reason why Democrats are in the situation that we are in, of being a permanent minority in this country, is we are looking only...
That's kind of nice. Nice. Very nice.